Good afternoon, Your Honor. Charlotte Steffen on behalf of Ms. Allen. Hi.
Hello, your name?
Jayla Allen.
Yeah. Last time too. Anyway, all right. I have before me a plea form. Is that what we're doing today?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right. The plea form indicates that she's going to be pleading to 4 counts, as I see.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Count 2 of reckless use of a firearm, the 90-day. Count 3, operating while intoxicated, the 93-day offense. Count 4, carrying concealed while under the influence, the 93-day offense. And then the open intoxicants in a motor vehicle, the 90-day offense. Upon her successful plea to all of those counts, count 1 would be dismissed. There is sentence agreement, probation not less than 18 months in this case. That's the court's full understanding of the agreement, except that I'm assuming her plea is of guilty to these charges.
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Your must be understanding as well.
I'll just mark the guilty box. May I have her sworn?
You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
State your first and last name for the record, please.
Jayla Allen.
Ma'am, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to 4 misdemeanor offenses. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
All right. First of all, it's this court's understanding that you're going to be pleading guilty to count 2 of reckless use of a firearm. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, $500 fine plus court. Understand that? Then that also count 3, you'd be pleading to the charge of operating while intoxicated. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, up to a $500 fine plus court cost. The court could order community service and any rehabilitative services the court deems necessary. Court could order your vehicle immobilized, could order you to pay the cost of the prosecution as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services. You understand that?
Yes.
Right. Count 4, the carrying a concealed weapon under the influence is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, a $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes.
And then open intoxicants in a motor vehicle, that's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days, $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that? You understand also that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Washington in the 14B District Court. All right. Still wish to plead guilty to these charges? To the charge of reckless use of a firearm, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of operating while intoxicated, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of carrying a concealed weapon under the influence, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of open intoxicants in a motor vehicle, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct? So,
Yes.
do you have any question regarding any of those rights? Please look at paragraph 5. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights, which are part of the trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights of men.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead? Anybody threaten you or coerce you in any way? You're doing this voluntarily of your own free will and because you believe that you are indeed guilty of these offenses? On the date of November 2nd, 2025, at the location of I-94 near South Huron Street, Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes.
Prior to operating that motor vehicle, did you consume intoxicating liquor?
Yes.
What'd you have and how much?
Had some cut waters.
Pardon?
Cut waters?
Hot water.
Yeah.
I'm old.
It's okay. You don't want them.
What is that?
It's like a little can, and they come in like different flavors. Lime, mango, pineapple.
Oh, like foo-foo drinks.
Yeah. Definitely strong.
Okay. All right. So how many of those did you have?
3?
3? Were you stopped by the police?
No,
Was there an
There was
accident?
a crash, Your Honor.
yeah.
What happened with the crash?
I was pulling out of my neighborhood and I had a incident with my ex-boyfriend and a family member picked him up and I was intoxicated, so I really don't remember too much. But all I know is I was pulling out and I got hit.
Okay.
And so I was traveling to my home and my car was overheating, so I pulled over.
Did the police arrive at the scene?
Like when I pulled over?
Well, you get into an accident. Did you stay with your vehicle and then the police came?
No,
Okay, what happened?
Police came?
I was, but like I wasn't like where the accident happened.
Did you continue driving after the
Yeah,
crash?
Yeah,
But then you later on were still in your car when and the police came.
yeah,
Okay. And were you ultimately arrested?
yeah,
Yeah? Okay. Were you taken to the hospital for a blood draw?
yes.
And what were the results of the blood draw?
Was it 0.16?
It was 11.166.
We would stipulate for purpose of the plea, Your Honor.
So you have no reason to dispute those results. Is that correct, ma'am?
No,
And did you have a firearm in your possession?
yes.
Okay. And were you carrying that firearm concealed while you were intoxicated? Where'd you have the weapon?
I think it was under my seat.
So it was in your car?
Yeah.
In the car that you were driving
Yes.
while you were intoxicated?
Yes.
You would admit that that is a carrying it concealed.
Yes.
All right. And you were intoxicated at the time. Did you at any point use that firearm?
Yes.
What'd you do when you used the firearm?
Yeah, I just shot the windshield.
You shot the windshield
Yes.
of your car? All right, it's not part of the plea, but for God's sakes, why?
I was having a domestic dispute.
¿Puedo hablar
Okay.
con la abogada que tengo?
You're having so you shot your windshield.
Yeah, because I was scared that he was gonna come back. So I wanted to see if it would work.
You put the gun?
Yeah,
It did.
it did.
Yeah. So messed up the windshield, I bet.
Yes.
Did you have intoxicants in your motor vehicle?
Yes.
What'd you have?
It was like hot water, and then I can't remember. It was like a liquor bottle under my passenger seat.
Okay, and that had alcohol in it?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't drink that night. So when I went to go pick up my car the next day from the impound, I seen it on the seat, but it was empty, so I don't know if it had liquor or they emptied it.
¿Puedo hablar con mi abogada?
But the can that you had alcohol in
Yes.
it?
Mhm.
Okay. And that was yours.
Yes.
That's what you were drinking that day.
Yes.
All right. And if I accept your plea, I need you to understand if you commit misconduct between the time I accept your plea and the time of sentencing, that misconduct is defined under the Michigan court rules. You would not be entitled to withdraw your plea, and the court would not be bound by any sentence evaluation or recommendation. You understand that?
Yes.
Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
No, Your Honor.
And have I complied with the court rule?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's guilty pleas to counts 2, 4, and 5. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 14B probation. Sentencing will be
May 14th at 10 a.m.
May 14th, 2026, 10 a.m. before Judge Washington. Bond will
Your Honor, may we address one bond condition? When we were here last, Your Honor, we asked if you would consider letting her off of the Silver Link and doing the random urine screens and said it was a financial issue. You sort of, I guess we discussed revisiting that issue today. She's been doing great on the sober link. She hasn't had any violations. So we were asking if you would consider doing that.
People have a position on that.
I think it's the court.
I will release her from the sober link. We'll put her on random urine screen. All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you.
Jayla Allen ka yak's ek serious legal situation. Kodikata hijahin us court mean abni galti on ka ikrar. US parchar misdemeanor charges lage the jin mean reckless firearm use. Intoxication ki halit mean driving. Nasha mean concealed. Weapon carry karna or gadi mean alcohol ragna shamelda. Wakia din us an alcohol pi kar gadi chile accident hua. Or bod mean police ni use rest karlia. Is Doran usk puz ek firearm be maujudda. Jais us an apni high kark windshield par fire kia. Jiski waja us an cough or emotional. Tension batayi. Courtney uski guilty plea kabul karli. Or us kem as keme teen mahin ki probation ka mkon. Rakagaya jabbed final sentencing bod mean taki jagi.
Thanks for watching. Stick around longer and click the highlighted videos to your right. See you there.